You build a ritual circle with a six-pointed star using potent materials such as rare metals, precious stones, and specifically, you're going to need crystals like the elemental crystals that Geo has been working with in his magic. And I have something here. Let's see. Aha. So this ritual circle star thing is a sketch by Raphael of his design for this ritual circle. Now this ritual circle, as you can see, has 6 points on it, 6 crystal points. And these points are where the 6 spellcasters stand, and they cast their energy into the crystals, and then the device, the magical circle, will channel that energy into a central crystal, and on that central crystal is where the crown will be, and that will be allowing you to channel all the energy of the casters in a controlled way into the crown. So I've sort of described a little bit of how the ritual works there. So this is the star that powers the ritual. The crown, as I said, goes on the center. That's another piece of the ritual. Each of the participants has to stand around there and channel. For the moment, I will say this part of the ritual is the most dangerous part of the ritual because energy is channeling into the crown. The energy must be balanced by all 6 casters. So if any of the casters sort of fail or falter in their channeling, they will be doing checks. Then there will be possibly a disruption to the balance, and some disruptions to the balance can be rebalanced, and the ritual can be salvaged from that. Other imbalances might tip the scale so much that it's potential to be catastrophic. There could be a very catastrophic release of energy. You're trying to blow this thing up in a controlled setting. Well, if you screw up at some point, it's going to blow up in an uncontrolled setting. So this is the most dangerous bit. I've got some rules over here, but I'm not going to share what those rules are. As the energy builds, you're going to have to do speak some words in primordial, and this is likely going to have to go to Geo. I have a couple of chants here that I will share maybe a little bit later, but they're just written in Latin, aka primordial. I asked ChatGPT, write me some incantations, and it's like, how about Latin? It's like, Latin sounds like magic, right? Okay, and then, so once you have charged up the crown with all the energy that it needs, and this is a critical step too, one of the casters has to cast the spell Circle of Death, because the power of the crown is focused on life-giving magics. The Circle of Death is going to counter that out. So someone has to cast that spell. Someone might have it on their list, or you might need a scroll to cast that spell. When you do that, it's going to trigger the destruction of the crown. So this is the last step that will cause the crown to blow up. It's at this step that, Raphael, you think you need to do further research to try and put into a delayed trigger, and you have an idea for a arcane vortex that you can build that will slow down the cascading of magical energy into the crown and give you some countdown. You're not sure how long it's going to be. It depends on how everything goes down, but you're guessing it's going to be, on the matter of rounds. So you not minutes or hours. It's going to only give you a couple of rounds to get away, but it will give you time to get away.
Okay.
Finally, the spell blows up, and I went and I did a little bit more details on this. So the minimum safe distance is going to be 1,500 feet away. So that's not far enough to run. It's not far enough to sail. You're going to have to find some way to get away. Maybe you can fly if you can fly really fast, or you can teleport. And it depends how many rounds you have, of course. If you're caught in that blast radius, then you will be taking a number of D10s equal to how far away you are. So the inverse of how far away you are. So if you are 10 feet away, then you will be taking 149 d10s.
Okay.
If you're right at the, if you're right hugging the crown when it blows off, you will be taking 150 d10s. But if you are
Okay.
right on that outer rim where you are like 1,490 feet away instead of 1,500 feet away, then you will only take 1d10. And if you are standing right at 1,500, you will get all the shockwave blasts on your lips and you will feel the warmth of the explosion, but you will not take any damage.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. Gio's like, that's where I'm standing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get a suntan. Okay, so that's the outline of the ritual. There are a couple pieces there. One thing that, a couple things you're missing. You need to figure out the caster. You need to find some materials to build this cool star thing. And you need to decide where you're going to do everything. And then you also have to design this cool arcane vortex thing
Yeah.
and build it.
So I just have right now. I just have the prototype for that.
You have like all you have right now is an idea in your head.
And this sketch, right?
This is the circle that you're gonna perform the ritual on. This thing you have already designed. You just need to build it. So that one's fine. But the arcane vortex is the thing that's gonna allow you to delay the destruction of the crown after the ritual, so you guys can get away.
Got it.
Right now, basically, this ritual sacrificed the 6 casters. Which is acceptable to me.
I mean, we have teleportation.
Yeah. But even right now, it would sacrifice the 6 casters because the casters have to be there to trigger the explosion and then they would be in the blast. But with the arcane vortex that will give you time to get away and you have teleportation, it's just a missing piece right now.
Right.
Yeah. We just need Raphael to figure out how to make it tick.
Yeah.
Well, Locke is new to magic and has no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You're magical now.
But very barely.
Just a little bit.
He's musical now.
Yeah.
His music is magical, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so where do y'all want to start?
Well, probably focusing on the mechanism.
The design portion?
Yeah, and then I need to talk to Kawa.
Sure.
We also need to talk to Iz.
Yes.
In any order, and then find a way to find another magic user.
Well, like I said, the Black Lily has volunteered 3 magic users.
More? Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Okay,
So
we're fine.
you don't necessarily have to use
So really-
Iz and Kawa if you
Oh.
don't want to. You can. I mean, it's up
I'll
to
use
y'all.
Kawa.
Yeah.
I trust Kawa. I'll use Kawa. Then I guess we just need Rap to make it. Can I help him? To help you?
Yes. You all. Okay. So which one do you want to make first? The big old summoning circle thing, or
I
the?
think it is. Yeah, I think that's probably the place to start.
Yeah.
Okay.
And can we make it on some sort of like flotation device in the middle of the ocean?
It's some sort of a tensors of floating disc.
Yeah, I think that would work. It just needs to be big enough.
Can the Black Lilies provide us with something that could possibly cast such a spell? I do not have it.
The Black Lily has fucked off.
wait, hold
You guys are by yourself
Maybe
now.
I do. Maybe I do. Wait, didn't I buy some tensor floating dick thing?
So you made yourself a little tensors floater, but it's only a 5 feet circle tensors floater.
Yeah, we need a big one.
And so here are a few things to keep in
I
mind.
think we need the crew
We
to
so we
start building a giant raft.
I think maybe it would be wise for us to find the location that we are going to build it in, and then just build it there. So we do not have to worry about the logistics of it. We could set up some sort of base camp at the area once we've determined the area large enough for us to conduct our experiment.
Are we not blowing it up in the ocean then?
Was that the plan?
I thought it was.
Yeah, I mean, if we don't blow it up in the ocean, I mean, where are we gonna blow it up? That's not gonna, like, fucking get destroyed.
Well, we could do it in some sort of a large pasture or field.
Well, let's take a look at a map.
Well, what
And
about
how big is this bomb gonna be, do you think?
I could not
1,500, right?
Yeah. What was it again? How big's the radius?
1,500.
Kilometer and a half.
Yeah.
No, 1,500 feet, not
feet, not
1,500
meters?
meters. Yeah.
Oh, I guess the decision is: do we find an area big enough, or do we spend the resources and time creating flotation devices?
Nah, let's just go find a big field, I guess.
I am sure we could find some sort of pasture.
I mean, also, we dropped off somebody on an island and kind of deserted it. We could always head back there, see if we can hit the Kraken with it as well.
I'm not bombing a bunch of goblins.
I don't see why adding more adversity to already such a difficult task is a wise decision.
I do like the blow up an island idea. So something, Raph, that you've been thinking about when it comes to the ritual is that because the casters are going to be channeling their energy, and they're, this is the dangerous part of the ritual, protecting them from distractions and such, things that might upset their ability to do that is going to help them have an easier time. So, like, being on the deck of a ship is probably going to be the worst place to be.
Yeah.
But your flotation device was a better one because at least a tensor's floating disk would be, like, flat, level, right? It won't be bobbing around. And then your best possible would be something indoors that would protect you from wind and such as well. So that's just if you had ideal conditions. But yeah, if you had to rank them, it would be like on the ship, outside, and then inside would be the best. Maybe even inside underground would be the absolute best.
If maybe there was some sort of cave or something we could use to completely cover ourselves, that would be ideal. Some sort of large
Like a
building.
mountain.
A mountain cave would
We could blow a mountain up.
The idea is for this to go as unnoticed as possible.
Well, I don't know of any caves that aren't in mountains.
I don't know why it would be necessary for us to destroy the entire mountain.
Well, I just figured this thing's gonna blow up so big it'll blow up the mountain.
I think you are vastly overestimating the size of this explosion.
I think that we're underestimating the size of the fireworks. I totally agree with blowing up a mountain.
It suits my needs if this is what you prefer. I mean, I do not need to convince you if you just want to see the mountain blow up. I mean, that serves my purposes as well.
Yeah, fantastic then.
So we find the
on
cave.
board.
Possibly we find the cave, and if we can do a little bit of research into some sort of magical ward to protect us from the explosion, I think that might be something wise.
Well,
maybe we could cast some sort of warding spell on ourselves, or we could find an item that protects us from magical explosions.
I'm not standing in it. I'm gonna teleport away.
I would still, I think, relying on such a teleportation could be a risky move, Lucius.
I mean, that's fine, but
I would rather have the safety net of a protection spell. What kind of damage do you think? No, sorry, that's pretty meta. What?
Yeah.
What sort of magics do you think would be this explosion would be composed of?
I would assume maybe life, but maybe not. Maybe it gets tainted by the death. So, anti-energy maybe. I'm not sure.
Is there any way I could do some sort of research to determine the damage type of this
Yes.
explosion?
Yes. Do an Arcana check. You can spend some time studying your guys' notes in the books that you guys have gathered. All right. So your initial hypothesis. So most of what you're building is a hypothesis. Nothing would say directly, but your guess is that it would be a combination of a couple different damage types: fire, radiant, and force. And you're not really sure what the proportions it would be, what proportion fire and radiant and force. And also you suspect that there's probably some order, like the inner circle is fire, the next circle is radiant, the next circle is force, or something like that. You're not sure, right?
Right.
But you think there's some kind of breakdown of the damage. So like if you're standing in the outside, you might not be hit by all of the different kinds.
It could be difficult to determine. It seems a warding spell or a protection spell from such a diverse series of damage. It could be impossible for us to protect from entirely.
You certainly have come up with a couple of warding ideas, right? From like protection from fire, that would give you fire resistance, and
Yeah,
say
have protection from energy.
right. So you were like maybe how you could turn that into something that, and you're a talented artificer. You definitely could turn that into something that might be able to protect you from all three energies if that was what you're trying to build. The problem is you go to your sketchbook and you start doing some equations, and you calculate, well, what would be the reduction in destructive force if you were wearing this. You design the item, you think of how much protection it would be able to give you, and you're like, oh, I would still be vaporized instantly.
Only 15,000 D10s.
Yeah, exactly. And you're like,
That's
well,
why we need to have a timer.
yeah.
Oh, I know. Yeah, listen. I'm not saying the timer and the teleportation is not a good idea. I'm just safeguards on the safeguards on the safeguards. You know what I mean? I'm trying to set
Well,
up.
listen. What if we all had teleport scrolls at the same time, so in case mine whips, you would be able to take it?
I think a hold fast such as this is a wise idea.
I mean, there'll be 6 of us. Is it gonna fail 6 times? You, maybe now, it might, but
Before you said it, I feel like the chances were less, and now you said it, and I feel like you manifested it a little bit.
well,
there.
I failed 3 times the other time, so yeah,
at
I
least
don't know.
4 scrolls.
So I will also mention that your vortex device allows it so there's only one trigger person, but that person has to cast Circle of Death.
Gotcha.
So all 6 of you got to charge it up, but then like there could be an earlier stage where 5 of you get out of there,
Leave.
and then the
one
last person does the last step, and then they have to get out of there, or 2 of you stay if you want to back up. Like, I don't want to plant ideas, but there's lots of different combinations of how y'all could do it.
But we give
Yeah,
everyone their own individual teleportation scroll.
Yeah, and we well, maybe the Black Lilies won't really give a shit, right? But I would expect you and Geo hopefully would stay behind, and us 3 with teleportation scrolls should be just fine.
I agree with this.
Like, what is that? That's 5% failure chance 3 times.
I think that is enough of a failsafe. I would, of course, feel more comfortable with some sort of protection, but I realize now it is such a trivial difference.
Oh, you're not gonna be able to protect us at all from it?
I can do certain protections, but I'm afraid the mitigated damage will be too small to make a significant effect. Meaning, despite my dispelling and my warding, despite any armor I may put on you, this can prove to be a fatal task.
Can it not be detonated remotely?
I have abilities to create certain drones, but I am afraid that these drones do not have the ability to cast
Alright.
such advanced magic.
Yeah, I can cast it.
It is hard to remotely cast such powerful
Yeah.
arcana.
Anyone who has that spell on their list could cast the spell from a scroll.
Yep, I'll need to be there directly. I'll have to cast it.
And I will be there to make sure that the machine that is designed to conduct and distribute the energy is working at maximum capacity.
Well, it looks like Geo over here can cast it as well.
I feel safe again.
Agreed.
I believe that this is enough for us to feel confident that the crown will be defeated.
Yes, multiple mages together are strong.
Of course, we will rely on those that are being sent to aid us, but I believe that their organizations are reputable.
Well, it's in their best interest to see this destroyed, so let's
Agreed.
get on with it then.
I am prepared.
Shall we?
Okay, so
So I believe what we need first is for us to acquire a large number of teleportation scrolls.
okay,
Yeah,
so
we can get that from the road.
I just like the spell teleport is level 7.
So
And-
expensive.
I just looked up on my homebrew magic item cost list that I made 3 years ago. And
Did you adjust for inflation?
That's the name of the
No.
file.
And yeah, it's called homebrew magic item cost. I think you all have access to it. And it says a 7th level scroll is 10,000 gold pieces.
For fuck's sake, man.
Now, let's say you had someone who could write these scrolls, which is, we do have a scroll wizard now, who can't cast that yet, but that would be half price of 5,000 gold pieces to write the scroll yourself. And the long road has been kind of giving you guys stuff, not technically at, well, some things at cost and other things that kind of like cost plus the long road's service fee, you know. So they haven't been charging you full price, but still, full price is 10,000. Yeah, I just want to put that out there. There, you do have your gem. Your gem is not reliable, but that's plan A. There are other possibilities. I don't want to say how you might be able to use this, but there are lots. You have other spells. So that was teleport. Teleport, because why is teleport the one you want? Teleport takes only 1 round to cast. And if you're teleporting back to a teleportation circle, like say the one on your boat, it's 100% reliable. So it's instantaneous and 100% reliable. Teleportation circle will also be 100% reliable, but it is takes 1 minute to cast.
Yeah, 1
and
minute.
your vortex, you don't know yet, and like according to the rules that I have written, it's gonna involve a roll to tell you how
No.
many rounds.
I don't want a minute.
There's something here about bonuses that I can't remember, and I'm gonna have to read it. But it says here, it's gonna be 1d6 plus bonus rounds. So
So we need to. I can dimension door a few times.
that was the other thing I was gonna mention. You also got a dimension door. The dimension
Like
door.
I can go
What's
up to
the
500 feet.
Well, okay, so there you go, and you only need 3 of those to get out of the way, right? So you got a couple, but wait, do you have scrolls of that already?
No, but I could.
Okay, that's one much easier for you to build. Dimension Door is a 4th level scroll. It says here is 500, and at half that's 200. That's the shit that you guys can
Yeah.
make no problem.
And I can do it. I could fly up and then teleport. I mean, Dimension Door.
Mm-hmm. Your flying
I'd be able-
ability is, you know, how long does it take you to fly 1,500 feet?
While. I mean, it's 120 feet around, double moving.
So 10 rounds, you're at 1,200 feet. That's 1
Yeah.
minute. Again, same problem with the teleportation circle, right? Like, you don't know how many rounds you've bought yourself. If you buy yourself 10 rounds, a lot of things will work. If you don't have 10 rounds,
Can we haste ourselves?
that won't help very much.
No, I won't.
I mean, mechanically, I don't remember exactly what haste does, but I don't remember if it.
It gives you another action.
Well, that allows you to dash. I mean, that helps your flying plan.
I do have haste. I do have the spell haste. I can cast that.
Yeah, it can only be dash.
I do know as a dolphin, my regular swim speed is 60 feet, so if I dash, I think it might be 120 feet
Mm-hmm.
per return. I don't know if that helps just throwing it out there.
No, that
Doubles
totally
it,
helps.
It doubles the speed. It gets a +2 bonus to AC. It has advantage on dexterity saving throws, and it gains an additional action on each of its turns. That can only be used to take an attack, to dash, to disengage. So you can literally like double dash.
Yeah.
That'd be 240 feet per
Yeah,
turn.
that's nuts.
That's not how dash works. Dash just moves you again.
Also, this is debating on him rolling it. We don't know the exact amount, right? So I don't want to run. And then just bet that, oh, I have 6 rounds, I can make it in 10 rounds. Well, it's blowing up in 7 now.
But remember, we're working on plan C, right? Or D. Like,
Yeah.
plan A is teleportation gem works, right?
Yep. Plan B is
One of your
Dimension dooring?
scrolls. Yeah, maybe dimension doors.
dimension dooring 3 times would work, 3 rounds.
Yeah.
That would work.
Let's see.
Each of us have 3.
We all fucking die in magic fire.
There's no way, because Dimension Door is sure thing. We can't die. He already said it's 1d6 plus something.
Dimension Door has made us immortal.
Dimension Door will be able to save us from everything. We want teleport, right? But Dimension Door will be fine. And then third, we just run as fast as we can, and then hopefully we don't get evaporated and they get our corpses and then resurrect us.
I like how Dresdes and Locke are going to be the ones sitting back that are like, oh, well.
Well, they vaporized themselves.
Yeah, so what should we do now?
They just died well.
You want to go be pirates again? Okay.
My favorite part of this is that it was my idea to blow up the crown.
Yeah, and last week they were all talking about how you were going to be the one who was doing this, but now somehow you've been, like, put on the outside.
Literally can't do it.
Oh no,
Yeah.
if you can cast Circle of Death. Yeah, can you
cannot.
cast Circle of Death?
Fuck no, I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, see, we can't use you, man. I'm sorry.
That's
Well,
fun.
We'll blow it up, we promise.
looks like that requirement put him on the outside, so he got lucky. All right.
Yeah, and I guess I'll just have to find a good spot to watch the fireworks.
Exactly. You'll be back on the boat with everybody else. Okay. You're pretty good on your plans, or you want more plans for getaway plans?
I think 3 plans. One of them is death is pretty good.
Is someone making a shopping list? Because right now it sounds like Dimension Door
I am.
scrolls.
It's just 6 Dimension Door scrolls.
6. Okay, that's certainly abundant. That's like.
Oh no, not 6. We need 3 each.
Well, does Dimension
500,
Door allow you
500.
to bring anyone?
No.
Oh.
Doesn't let
Mine-
doesn't it let you pick one willing person? Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody read Dimension Door.
Hold on, I got it right here.
Alright.
It says, yes, blank. Perfect. I don't know. 5e. There. Okay. You teleport yourself. Yeah, no, it's just you. You can bring along objects. You can bring along one willing creature of your size or smaller. The creature must be within 5 feet.
That's us. We're creatures within 5 feet that are.
And we
willing.
need 6? We need 6 people to cast this, right?
So
Well,
it's
then-
one
Three of
creature?
those. We
Yeah.
need 3 of those.
Yeah, and then each of us has 4 dimension doors. Me, you, Geo. And then we just take one of the black lilies each, and then cast dimension door 3 or 4 times until we're out of range.
How long's it? Okay, so we have to cast.
Actually,
it
with
multiple
dimension
times.
door, you could just say, "Bring me as far as you can to the ivory crown," and then it'll just teleport you as far as it can.
I was gonna say, yeah.
That
there's
you
no
can see.
limit. Yeah, that sounds good.
Or you could say, "Teleport me 500 feet towards the ivory crown." And then once you see you're like within 500 feet of the ivory crown, just say, "Teleport me on top of the ivory crown."
Now the question is, do we sell tickets?
Honestly,
Okay, but where do you put it to?
the university. We go back.
You're gonna blow up the university?
No.
No, I mean we put up
Very
flyers.
important on the stream right now. None of us are planning anything about a university
Yeah,
or a bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're
Thanks
all
for clarifying.
Oh my gosh.
we all like that place.
Normal guys.
Better conditions for adjunct professors.
Please, Jeremy. We like.
Thanks, Drew.
There's people at work that might believe I'm gonna do.
Oh yeah.
I'm kidding.
I
I'm
know.
kidding. I'm
Okay.
kidding. But adjunct professors do deserve better conditions.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So no. We've talked about blowing up the ocean. We've talked about blowing up a mountain. We've talked about blowing up an island.
Yeah. Now a university. So, I think the cave is it. The mountain cave is what we
Yeah,
should do.
sorry, we're not doing it. Not to the boat. That was my bad.
I am voting on the cave. We must
Yeah,
find a large cave.
We can just say teleport us 500 feet away from the cave.
The cave, yes. Once we get out of the cave, it should have plenty of cover for us to be safe.
So a cave where?
Yeah.
Let me look
Should
at
we
the map.
open the Kimoria map?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Boom.
Yeah.
Kimoria.
All right. Which one of these mountains do we want to send a message to?
Well,
Yeah, which one of you motherfuckers?
you're like so finding a natural occurring cave is not easy, but finding some kind of place where you could probably excavate an underground little thing. Normally you might be like, why would I want to excavate something? Well, you got Kawa, and Kawa's an earth genie, and you also have Granitan, and he's an earth elemental. So you have a lot of ability to move earth. Well, Geo can move
Also,
earth.
like, as a last supper kind of situation, we could like go and like mentally control a bunch of dwarves to do it for us.
Wow, yeah, you could also
Like,
do that.
Use the crown for one good thing before we kill it.
One good thing. Let's enslave these dwarves for one good
A
thing.
little bit of slavery.
Just a little bit.
Don't worry, dwarves. This is one good thing we're doing right now. Can't you feel the good thing?
We do have
Yeah.
something that can do this very easily with just a swipe of its hand, but we're
Yeah.
using it instead.
At the last minute, you succumb to your weakest or evilest urges. Okay, yeah. So also, this map here kind of just shows you the lay of the land. Things like little small islands that have no inhabitants that you're aware of. Probably are all over the place, right? And what's the 1,500 foot radius? So 3,000. What's 3,000 feet in miles? 1 mile?
Right. No,
If
it's less. It's
somebody
like
asked me
3/5
that.
of a mile.
I would probably text you about it if
Three-
someone asked me that, Chris.
3,000 feet? Because a mile's like 5,200 feet. Because it doesn't
Okay.
make any sense.
Okay.
Because imperial systems.
Is weird. Yeah, okay, that's what I meant. I didn't know what the number is. So if it's 5,200, then you're right. It's like 3/5. So on this map, it's small, right? Like you wouldn't see it. It's so small, the explosion. But it would probably blow up one of these cities because these cities are obviously represented way larger than they are. So if you were actually in Freyerport or Fort Dunwittle, 1 mile or wait, 3/5 of a mile probably blows up what the center square at least. You could blow up a whole castle. You could blow up, it's a pretty large thing. And that's just the initial explosion. So finding an island or somewhere, you just want it to be far enough away from any kind of civilization
Yep.
that it's not gonna blow anyone up. And I
So somewhere in
imagine
the Mistfall Mountains, right?
Or, we
Fuck.
could go all the way through the Ugorno Inlet as far as we can. Just go on to the side. Use one of those mountains in there. Desolate. Maybe. It's desolate, maybe. It's pretty far of a sail, though. So maybe not.
Yeah, that's a ridiculously long sail.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't want to go that far. I guess we go into the bay. What is that? Fluvelen Bay. Get on the road to Glenvellen. Choose one of those mountains over there. Try not to get. And then Fernhenge would be right to the south, so we could just head straight there.
We must be careful to not bring attention to ourselves.
Yeah, we'll send some scouts. I'll fly around. I'll cast fly on some other people too. We'll get some eyes in the air. We'll make sure this is a proper outfit.
I see no reason why we should not at least try to see if there is something we can use here. So let us begin.
so you're gonna go doing some surveys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to find a remote place in the mountains over there at the end of the Fluvelen Bay.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna send my thopter if I can.
Well, that's a far way for it to fly.
Oh,
Do you are you planning to teleport
I'm
yourself
thinking
over
about
there?
I'm gonna develop a thopter at some point that's designed for this. So
Like high orbit imaging
Yeah.
thopter?
yeah, like a
Takes-
satellite thopter.
Yeah, Google Earth photos.
It's hilarious.
I'm gonna make some sort of like miniature device that I can be a screen and it would just show.
It's something like I call this the Xbox controller.
You just fly it from your little wireless controller, Bluetooth.
I have invented the Nintendo Family Home Entertainment System.
So for you guys to get over there, your best way to get over there would be a teleport using your gem.
Yep.
Your gem recharged today,
Cool.
so it's ready to go again. Because you've never been there, you have to use your teleport. You don't know any teleportation circles over there, for instance.
No, yeah.
But you could like.
I've only ever been to Freyerport.
So I think for the teleport spell, if all you are doing is just being like, "Oh, on the coast over there, I think it looks like this," your chance of not arriving where you want to be is very
like
high.
30%? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
30%.
So you could just end up on any beach
No.
somewhere, right? But with combination with other magic, you might be able to get a, if you had seen a place before, then that improves your chances, and you can see places with other magic. Or you can just fucking teleport places. Like,
I let me see then. Can I have a bigger map?
world map?
Yeah,
Dun, dun, dun,
because
dun.
we can do this within the confines of the rules. We just need to find a different location, one that I'm aware of. And there's a lot of locations I'm aware of. Like we could blow up Tristan's tower in the middle of nowhere. That would be funny. But we
That would
shouldn't
be
do that.
hilarious.
That's an indoor space too. Yeah. That's
Holy
not a bad
fuck.
idea.
That would be real funny. And it's not near anything. It's in the middle of that forest.
Bruh. Bruh, that's a good idea.
I love
Because I'm
this
pretty
shit.
sure he made it. Maybe, I don't know.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
I
bro.
didn't press that.
Or he made a
We certainly
He
don't
made
have an
something
age for
from
at the
it.
moment.
So I don't know. I think the world map's loading up, but the only real places y'all have been actually is in Gurdan, and then south here into Fernhenge, and while you sailed past Glenvellen.
yeah.
So this is the part of the region you've been at, so spent most of your time. And I guess you teleported last session to Aliona, which is in the middle of the Loxodon Desert at that lake area. And Rojit's over there on the right. I know it. It's over there on the right. Rojit. It's between Charvalia and the lake somewhere.
That big empty
Desert.
sand dune.
Exactly. That's fucking Rojit over there. Mark my words.
A cool county. We did run away scared. Like just ran away scared. From that place.
So I don't know about that.
I mean, there's so many pros and cons to that particular plan. I like it. Like, if he shows up, that's bad.
I mean, what is
But
it
if
gonna
he
do,
shows
though?
up and blows up, that's good.
Yeah.
like, there's so many ways
What
this
if
could
we-
go. It's like the
What if we
Kraken
get,
plan,
like,
right? Like, oh, it could be good, it could be bad.
Awa, do you hate Tristan more than anything? Would
Mhm.
you hug him until we blow this up and sacrifice yourself?
Probably.
And then we'll teleport back into the tower and see if there's any loot.
There will be no tower left. It'll be-
You mean we scour the ruins with our
yeah,
guns
you
drawn?
come back to the crater. It'll now be called Ulrich's Crater.
No, Kawa cannot.
So that's the kind of thing. Like, I like this idea,
Yeah.
you know, because I like all your guys' crazy, dumbass ideas. This one's
A
kind
little
of
too
dumbass.
dangerous.
Well, this one it will definitely draw the attention of the people of Leardale, the people of Earshore, the people of Gearnock. They won't have seen it, but they'll probably feel shockwaves, or there will be enough rumors in the region, and then, you know, like,
Oh, hey, there's a huge crater here now.
exactly. Something people will know what will happen. Well, people will know something happened. They won't know what happened.
Well, it was a popular tracking hunting road.
It was a place that people went.
Lots of hunters
Yeah.
we found were there,
Yeah,
and traders and weirdos, and
loggers, if you remember.
loggers, and
Yeah,
other randos. And there's always people in that damn tower.
yeah. There's a chance you might kill people if you blow it up there too.
True.
Down
Yeah,
here,
because we've never killed anybody who didn't deserve it before.
No,
Also true.
Very morally careful.
yeah. Same thing down here. Like, you suspect that there's lots of areas that are uninhabited, at least you know, as far as you could tell. But there would probably be possible a scout party or a, you know, a farmer. There, you know, there's always a possibility that someone lives in that region. The mountains are good because mountains are less populated, but yeah. Middle of the ocean is good, but that's just racist against ocean people. So, you know, You don't know
I feel like
what
there's
lives
so
under
much,
the water.
There's so much deeper though, you know.
Yeah, let's say about like 1,400 feet deep. No.
And is there a port in Fernhenge?
Fernhenge. Well, y'all don't know super too much about Fernhenge, but it's in the middle of the mountains. It's in the jungle mountains. There might be a river going through there, but yeah, no.
Yeah, I see that.
Back on our other map, there's not really.
Any ideas, guys? Where we want to blow this thing up?
The ocean was my number one idea, just because it's big and it's
It is big.
generally empty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it probably won't be that hard.
We could literally just go like
Flotation devices
we could just
going,
go
yeah.
like right out here. I mean, honestly, we just stop by
Mm.
down here on the south, right? And then we pick up some wood. Then we just come out here and build a freaking thing.
Barge or something.
What?
Make it
You're
float with
gonna need a
so it
magic.
stays stable.
Yeah, you need a magic one, or a magic would be better.
Yeah.
But you got a world-class artificer here that it's like, oh, you want a floating
Yes.
disc? I give
Get,
you
like
a
some
floating
buoys or
disc.
something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know,
Lots
yeah.
of leather sacks filled with air.
In the southeast of the map, Chris never said anything that's down here. That sounds like it's a great plot to just blow some indigenous people up.
Yeah, like it's definitely indigenous folks. There's lizard folk down there, but you know, go blow them up then. Why don't you just blow up the goblin people? Oh, we have a goblin people.
We can't do that.
Yeah.
We can blow
We
up the
totally
other-
could do it. You
No,
don't
what?
want us to.
We don't have elves. We could go blow up the elves.
We could easily blow up the elves. Yes.
All right, we've decided. Glenomere it is.
Oh my-
Peace out, Glenomere.
All right, we're gonna just erase you from history.
We're just gonna nuke this city.
No. Can we just? Oh man. I need to. So.
Ocean
I could
ideas
tele-
could work.
Which
Ocean,
ones?
the ocean idea. If you made the little, all you do is add a stage of construction, and you've already got a couple construction stages here. So why, you know?
I think that's our safest bet.
Or you, another one I think is a good one is the find somewhere that's like underground or a hill or a mountain or something that you could burrow into, so you're underground. Or find an island that doesn't seem to have any people on it and just blow up the birds that live there.
Oh, and all the insects.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Like
An
basically,
entire ecosystem destroyed.
I think you need to think of like a 1940s, 1950s nuclear tester. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Where-
did it like in a desert and in the
Bikini,
ocean.
Bikini Atoll kind of shit.
yeah.
Deserts and oceans.
Or
We just do it
underground
right
too.
here, right? We can just do it
Okay.
right in the middle of the sea.
There's lots of little tiny bird shit islands, we'll call them. Or in the middle of the sea is another place because you can build one of your little floaty things.
Yeah. Let's just sail out this way until we find a tiny little dumb island with nothing around it, and then put the bomb on it,
Okay, let's do it.
I like that idea.
All right.
and then start construction.
All right, that's our step one, find islands. So I think that this is going to be a lock, possibly with the help of his first mate. You guys are going to need to do some navigating, and that sounds like survival to me. So,
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Survival check, go!
Survival
So
check.
I'm gonna
Oh.
go ahead and utilize
Yeah.
advantage or inspiration.
Yeah. Can you utilize private rolling?
Yep. Yes. Yep. And Badoom.
That way I can lie if you roll a 2, say. You did roll a 2, but it was only on the second part. So, yeah. I'm going to say that you... first thing you do is you check some of the maps that you have in your chart room. And you also talk to some of the pirates maybe aboard your ship that may have been in this region in the past. and you decide that finding something this specific is probably going to require you to get new charts of the local region from somewhere nearby, and your best bet is Palma Marta on the way to where you guys were headed. Otherwise, you're just going to have to sail blindly out into the ocean, which is another option if you'd like. So either get new charts or just sort
Go
of
get new charts.
Okay. All right, so that's going to take a couple days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 squares to get to Palma Marta, and that's 3 days. So I'm going to advance this 3 days. Bleep, bloop, blop. And it is the 18th of Makad. So you guys roll up into Palma Marta, which is a pirate-controlled sort of imperial town or colony town. It used to be a trade town, very much like Fort Dunwettle or Frereport, but for the last 10 years it has been controlled by pirates. When you sail in, you're not harassed in any way, especially if you fly your pirate colors. But you can tell it's kind of a rougher town when you get down to the docks. No official dockhand actually greets you. There are a couple dock workers, so when you throw your ropes down, someone just sort of grabs them and ties them up but walks off. You manage to get your ship all docked up, and you just start unloading your first couple crew who you assign to some crew leave or shore leave when a human about 55 years old, kind of scruffy, white beard, kind of got that sunken, toothless look, like they lost their teeth, so their lips kind of sunken in, comes running down the dock towards you. It's like, "Hey, you! Who's the captain?"
I'm the captain.
Captain, good to see you. I ain't seen you down being around here now before. I'm Burnin'.
Right, I'm Locke. Good to meet you, Burnin'.
Oh, Locke, Captain Locke, I gotta write this down. Can you be doing your spellings? My letters aren't very good.
Yes. Locke.
Oh, them's the fancy ones. Yeah, okay. Captain Locke. Yeah, that'll be 2 silver pieces.
Alright. Just hand him the 2 silver.
Oh, okay, thank you. That's real good. Okay. Yeah. So no firing your guns when you're in the port.
Yeah.
Okay, that's about it.
What about these guns? And I'm gonna flex.
He's like, yeah, you can fight. Yeah, there's lots of fights. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And there's like you got a couple brothels down there and lots of bars, and if you actually got some goods you need to unload, you need to go and talk to the quartermaster over there. They'll take your loads, they can assign some menses, and if you're looking for new pirates, you can go to a couple of the bars up on over there. Yeah.
Alright, what about map makers? You got map makers around here?
Oh, use the sailors and the shippers. Yeah, they go down to the shipyards over there. Ain't no one over there that's good enough to build you a ship. Maybe patch a hole or two if you can, but they got a couple map makers, yeah.
Alright, thank you.
Excuse me, mia Porto, what was your name?
My name's Burnin'. They call me Burnin'. Well, I burnt myself once, and then they just call me Burnin'.
Oh, it's unfortunate.
How'd you burn yourself?
I was real drunk, drinking rum, and I fell in the fire, and then my drawers started on fire, and I started dancing around and going, oh, woo, 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 and everyone's like, Burnin', 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 and now everybody just calls me Burnin'.
Burnin', I'm not gonna lie to you, but you sounded like a wonderful person to drink with.
Oh, all right.
It's a good story.
Well, I'm like, all this, I actually got a map of Palma Marta somewhere, I think.
Oh, you do?
Oh. He's like, oh, yeah, well, I drink over at the Turtle Shell up on the cliff side. If you ever want to come drinking with me, you'll see me up there. People always call me Burning, so they're always like, burning, burning, burning. So when you come in, you just listen for the burning.
I'll definitely take a listen.
Yeah, that's at the Turtle Shell, you know. I don't drink at any of these stinky places down by the port here.
Nah, man, that place suck. Turtle shell only.
Yeah, because it's also the only inn I have listed in my list places of interest.
Sounds like the
Yeah.
place we should hang out then. Yeah.
All the other ones suck.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see if I can find that map of Palma Marta. Maybe I